What is up, everybody, and welcome to my Week 8 NFL predictions. Um, Last week was definitely my worst week so far. I went 4-9 last week, which brings my record to 61-44, which isn't bad, but last week was definitely my worst week. We had some weird games last week. Some really big upsets. Let me go through. New England beat Buffalo. That was a huge upset. Baltimore destroyed Detroit, which I guess wasn't an upset, but to me it kind of was. Denver beat Green Bay. Denver, one of the worst teams in the NFL. So, and Minnesota beat San Francisco. So yeah, there were some huge upsets last week. But yeah, let's go through this week, and hopefully my record this week will be better than it was last week. So let's get into the Thursday night game, which is tonight as I'm recording this. I'm gonna try to upload this game before I go, or this video before I go to work. I'm kind of getting into a little late, so I'm gonna try to make this one a little faster. Tampa Bay versus Buffalo. I got Buffalo winning. Buffalo did lose last week to New England, which was a big shocker. But Buffalo has honestly not looked that good this year to me. So I'm still gonna go with Buffalo though over Tampa Bay. I think they bounce back tonight against Tampa Bay. Next we got the Rams versus Dallas. As hard as it is for me to pick Dallas to win as a Eagles fan, I'm gonna have to go with Dallas in this game. Even though I can obviously see the Rams winning. But I don't think they will. I think Dallas will pick up the victory. Next we got Minnesota at Green Bay. Minnesota starting to look like Minnesota again. They still don't have Justin Jefferson, but I do see them picking up the win over Green Bay. Just Green Bay has not looked good the last couple weeks. Minnesota has looked better the last couple weeks, so I'm going to go with Minnesota. Next we got Atlanta versus Tennessee. Again, I am going to make this video a little faster. Atlanta's pretty surprising this year at 4-3 against Tennessee, who's kind of been on the decline. They're 2-4. They're kind of emptying the cabinets. They traded Kevin Byard to the Eagles, and it sounds like they're going to be trading Hopkins and Henry too. So I'm going to go with Atlanta in this game. I just think Tennessee has kind of given up, and Atlanta is on the rise, even though nobody really saw them coming. Next we got New Orleans versus the Colts. They're both 3-4. This one's kind of a toss-up this week, but I am going to go with the Saints over Indianapolis, even though Indianapolis has looked good without Anthony Richardson. I'm still going to go with the Saints. The Saints always... Actually, you know what? I'm going to change this to the Colts. I think the Colts will pick up the victory just because the Saints... Derek Carr is trash. Let's just get that figured out right now. Derek Carr is trash. Next we got New England at Miami. I think Miami will pick up the win. Miami lost last week against Philadelphia. And New England picked up the win over Buffalo, but I think that Miami will pick up the win over the Patriots. I don't see Miami losing 2 weeks in a row, especially not to New England, who is a bad team. I think New England just had a good game plan against the Bills last week, and yeah, and I think the Bills are not as good as people think. So next we got New York versus New York. New York Jets versus the Giants. I'm gonna go with the Giants in this game, even though the Jets in this game. I'm sorry, even though the Giants won last week against Washington. I still think the Jets are gonna pick up the win against the Giants. This doesn't really matter that it's at New York Giants because it's in New York, so they're both going to be home. So yeah, I think that the Jets will pick up the easy victory over the Giants, and the Giants offense will have a lot of trouble against the Jets defense. Next we got Jacksonville at Pittsburgh. I'm going to go Jacksonville, even though the Pittsburgh Steelers have kind of surprised me this year. I just think Jacksonville is too good. Even though Jacksonville has had some shitty games this year, they're still 5-2. But yeah, I think they'll pick up their victory over the Steelers. Even though the Steelers have also been surprising to me this year too, at 4-2. But yeah, I got the Jaguars winning that one. Next, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at Washington Commanders. Last time these two teams faced, I thought it was going to be a blowout, but it ended up going into overtime. Eagles could have easily lost this game, but I don't see it going that way this time. I see the Eagles easily winning this game by at least 2 touchdowns. Usually when the Eagles get beat badly by a team in the division, the next game is a blowout. So, yeah, I think the Eagles will win against Washington, and it will look better this time for the Eagles. Eagles, obviously, there's issues with Jalen Hurts right now. Is he hurt? Is he not hurt? I don't think he's as hurt as people think he is. But yeah, we'll see. This will be AJ Brown's record-breaking game. I see him getting 130 receiving yards in this game again, to break Calvin Johnson's record of consecutive games with 125 receiving yards. So yeah, book it. Next we got Houston at Carolina. Carolina is obviously the worst team in the NFL at 0-6, so I can't pick them. I got to go with Houston. I'm not going to pick an 0-6 team to beat anybody, so I'm going to go with Houston. That one's pretty easy for me. Next we got Cleveland at Seattle. This one will be a good game. I believe I've seen that Deshaun Watson is out for this game, so that might change a little bit, but Cleveland still has a great defense. This one is hard still, but without Deshaun Watson, even though they won last week without him, I'm going to go with Seattle. Seattle is a better team than the Colts, so I don't see Cleveland winning without Deshaun Watson this week, even though the Cleveland defense is really good. Next, we got Kansas City at Denver. This one's easy. Kansas City will pick up the win over Denver. Denver won last week, but they're still a bad team. They're also another team that's getting rid of everybody. Pretty much everybody on the team is on the trade block except for Russell Wilson. So I don't see Denver winning any. I'm not picking Denver to win any games this year, probably. Baltimore. Well, they will win games. I'm just not going to pick them. So Baltimore at Arizona. This one's easy. Arizona will not beat Baltimore. Baltimore looked really good last week against one of the best teams in the NFL, the Detroit Lions. Arizona is still not great. Even if they get Kyler Murray back, they're not going to be great. So yeah, Baltimore will easily pick up the victory at Arizona. Next, we got Cincinnati Bengals at San Francisco 49ers. Currently, Brock Purdy is in concussion protocol, might not play Sunday. So, and I'm very surprised because the 49ers are still the favorites, even though he's possibly not going to play. But I don't think that. I think the Bengals will win. I think the Bengals have pick up where they left off a couple seasons ago, and Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have gotten their chemistry back. So I am going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals in this game. Next, we got the Bears versus the Chargers. I don't know if Justin Fields is playing. I think that's his name, Justin Fields. Yeah. But even if he is, I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I think the Chargers will pick up the win on Sunday Night Football. Why that is the Sunday Night Football game, I have no idea. If anything, Eagles and Washington should have been that, or even Bengals and 49ers. Yeah, any game besides that one. I don't know why the heck that is on Sunday night. Even the Rams and Dallas Cowboys, I would have rather watched on Sunday Night Football, but whatever. Chargers are 2-4 and Bears are 2-5. So yeah, I don't know why the hell that game is still there, but whatever. Go with it. And then on Monday Night Football, we got the Raiders versus Detroit. There is no buys this week, so every team will be playing. Las Vegas versus Detroit. I'm gonna go with Detroit. I think Detroit will pick up the victory. They're not gonna get exposed and embarrassed like they did last week. The Raiders are not good. Even with Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs, they are not good. So I'm gonna go with Detroit. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Obviously, this one was a little faster. It's still 10 minutes, but was a little faster. Hopefully I don't have a record like I did last week with 4-9. But even I still have a good overall record, I guess. But hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. So yeah, and let's go Eagles. Hopefully we beat the Washington Commanders pretty easily, and hopefully the Rams beat the Dallas Cowboys. But anyways, bye.